What's happening, Notary friends? Got kind of a lot to talk about today. I was just gonna, give you an update on what's been going on with me and an update on my experiences with the Notarize platform. I'm just gonna, I have no script. Hopefully I don't forget anything. I'm just gonna ramble off the top of my head. Okay, so as some of you know, a while back, I was working for Notarize, things were going good, and me, like a lot of others, they terminated me because of one of my signers. Their video was too dark, and I had the signer lean toward the video so I could see his face, but apparently Notarize didn't like that, and it was just one and done, and they terminated me for that. Just one offense. Didn't have any previous offenses with them. And so they terminated me, and I was terminated for a good 6 months before I was allowed to return. I believe they made some changes in policy. Now it's like a month or two. Someone told me they only got 30 days, and sometimes it's 60 days. And So I waited the 6 months. I've been working, doing other notary stuff. I've been working another platform online also in the meantime, onlinenotary.us here in Texas. I just know of that one and Notarize. So if you guys know of any other ones in Texas that provide clients, let me know, please, in the comments. But so yeah, I did that for 6 months, and then I got back on to Notarize. It was a pretty easy process. The communication was actually pretty good with the onboarding team. I know some of their other teams haven't had as much luck communicating with Notarize, but getting me onboarded was pretty cool. I mean, they walked me through it. They answered every question I had, etc. So I did that. I just had to make sure like all my information was correct on my profile, and I believe they had me take like a test. I passed that. There's different things I had to do, because actually it was at the same time as when my NNA signing agent certification expired, so I had to do that. I had to do a number of things because it just happened to all align. My certificate was expiring, so I had to do all these things, at the same time. But so anyway, I got back on Notarize. Things were going good. I mean, I was being, really extremely strict. I was strict to begin with, but this time I was being super strict. I mean, I had to turn down a number of calls, for this or that, because I couldn't do the notarizations, for whatever reason. And everything was going great. And after a while, they hit me again. I got terminated for the second time, and this is embarrassing because I was being really strict, and I'll explain what happened. I'm really strict with. I've been doing this for over a couple of years, so I'm still kind of new, but I'm not that new. Like I know, enough to cover my butt, and I know what I need to do and what I can't do, etc. But you're always learning, of course, but I have some experience, so I didn't understand it. Like they sent me an email saying that the video and audio wasn't working during one of my calls, and I'm like, no, that's BS. They told me which call it was. I went back and I reviewed the video of it, and everything was working fine. Well, I thought they were talking about the signers audio and video, which their audio and video did cut off a couple times, but the majority of the call, it was working, and all the important stuff that was said was, we got audio and video of it. So I didn't understand, and then I saw my video. I kind of have a bad habit of not really checking my own video, because it's usually off screen, like, if you guys are familiar with it, or it might look different on your screen, I don't know, but you can see their video on the side tab, and you kind of have to scroll down to see most of your video, if not all of it. So I'm, when I'm getting in a hurry, I'm not really checking my own video that much. I usually just communicate with them. Hey, can you see and hear me? And yes or no. I usually just, pop that question to them. Or I'll just start my spiel and you can tell if they can hear you or not. Well, anyway, I guess at some point I got on a roll and didn't notice that my video wasn't working for a large chunk of this session. And that's where I messed up. And Notarize didn't even explain this to me. They just said the video and audio wasn't working, and I thought they meant the signers. And so I was sending emails like, can you please explain this better, because I don't understand why I was terminated. I literally don't understand. I watched the video twice. And then I noticed, they might have been thinking about my video, which I still think most, if not all, of the important stuff was still recorded, so I'm still slightly confused. But perhaps maybe my video did cut out during an important part, but they could hear me because I was communicating with them. So, I communicated them did the whole thing just like I would any other notarization. So I was really confused, and they didn't elaborate. I still to this day never got an email as to why. They sent me one reply. It was like a copy and pasted spiel about how they can fire anyone at any time for any reason, and that was their response. Like, I felt like they just did not care. Granted, I know they have hundreds, if not, more than that, that many notaries on the platform. I'm sure they're busy and all, but I really wish they could have at least explained to me better on why they terminated me for that call. And again, this was my only offense. I didn't have any other offenses, just out of the blue. And it's always like 3 weeks after, 2 or 3 weeks after the call, or at least for me, it has been. Both times they terminated me, it was like a call that I had did 2 to 3 weeks prior. So I guess it takes them that much time, to go through all the calls. But anyway, I was really kind of upset the way they terminated me, and that they just kind of gave me the whole, we can terminate you any time, any reason, we don't care, bye. Like, that's how it was, and I think I'm well over 1,000 notarizations just on Notarize alone, not to mention other platforms. I might be at like 1,500, 1,500, something like that. I'm not really sure, but yeah, that was just, I was both embarrassed and angry about it. At first I was like, I was doing everything that I could. And I don't mean to make new people going on to Notarize nervous, but you really have to make sure that both your video and the signer's video and audio are working during all of in any exchange that you're having, for the notarization. Both you and theirs has to be working while you're sometimes they'll go off and on, but when you're communicating to them, asking them questions, etc., make sure both yours and theirs are working. And I made the mistake of just, I was knocking out. I was probably on my like 8th or 10th hour that day, and I didn't notice my video cutting on and off. So that was my mistake, and so now I'm terminated again for the second time, this time for 60 days, which is not nearly as bad as the 6 months that I had prior. And this has been, I think I might have maybe like 4 weeks to go before I can reapply. And like I said, I think they made some changes on their policy with that. And last time when they onboarded me, I was able to keep my status, my silver or gold status, whichever it was. I don't even remember, because I wasn't doing the loan signings for Notarize. I was just happy with doing like the business queue and the retail queue. But I think this time when they terminate you, I think you start over your whole status. I think you start with silver or bronze or whatever it is. I never really paid much attention to their tiers, to be honest. But so I got all kind of other notary things going on, and it's crazy because I've not once gotten in trouble with onlinenotary.us. There was a couple of times where I made a few mistakes where I might have forgot something. I think it was once or twice out of I don't know how many notarizations. It's a lot, hundreds, if not over 1,000 for them. Because I've been working for onlinenotary.us consistently for about a year and a half, maybe a little less than that. And I don't have problems with them as like I do on Notarize. I understand Notarize. They want the quality. They have to have quality control, but part of me is like, if I get in trouble for that isn't that on me? I'm the one that's going to get in trouble. Like, why terminate me? I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it, but. I realize why they did it, and I have to assume that's why they did it because they never specified why clearly. So I assume that's what happened is because my video went out a couple times. But yeah, man, Notarize ain't playing around. And again, I don't mean to make newcomers nervous, but I think if you do your best. Make sure the audio and video for both you and the signer is working. I think you'll be okay. Both of my offenses have came when there was a problem with the video. The first one was too dark. The second one, my video went out. I had a couple, more than a couple actually, of signers that got on, and they either half of their face was showing, or it was like pitch black, and I had to ask them, hey, I need to be able to see your face clearly to complete this notarization. Can you please, step into the light and show your face on camera? For a handful of calls, I had to do that. After that first one that they canned me for the camera being too dark, even though I was able to ID him, they still terminated me. So Notarize ain't playing around with the video. Make sure both videos are working in audio. That's pretty much where I'm at. I mean, I'm still doing the Notarize thing. I've slowed down a lot on loan signings and stuff like that because where I live kind of out almost in the middle of nowhere, so it's an hour drive anywhere. So to me, and the fees just seem to be kind of low for what I want to take. I mean, I could get online and make almost the same amount of money when I count driving for a minimum of an hour somewhere to do it, and the gas, the wear and tear on your car, the printing out all the papers, all that extra time that it takes to do that. For me, after doing it for a little while, I'm gravitating away from the loan signings now. It's just, I might work for somebody, making more money, maybe they live closer to a large metroplex where business is booming. But in my case, I'm in a small town in Texas, kind of away from the nearest metroplex is over an hour drive away. So to me, the loan signings just haven't been worth it to me. Like I'll do some. On occasion, I get some that are pretty close, and those are usually just like the loan mods. They're like a quick $40. I could just, meet them real quick here in town, make the $40, and within like 30 minutes time to come back. I still do those every now and then, but all the refis, all that stuff, I really haven't been doing them because it just isn't worth the time and trouble to me. I have other things that I do. I do mobile notarization still, just in my county. And I have a home office here. I have people that come and go every now and then. I do notarizations, and really I've been focusing more online. I think the most, and I enjoy that. I've been getting kind of lazy though. I have to, I'll find myself sitting here for hours and hours, and my neck and my back are hurting me. And I got like a pinched nerve in my neck that made pretty much my entire arm ache, and like some fingers are numb and stuff, like because the way I sit at my desk. So you have to watch out for stuff like that. You have to, correct your posture and get up, move around. I started exercising and stuff like that because I wasn't, but before I got into the notary thing, I was working a W-2 job. I was on my feet a lot and moving around. And then, once I started doing this, I noticed some health issues starting to creep up. So you have to get on top of all that too. But other than that, I like doing Ron. That's kind of been my focus, and just mobile notary too, and this and that. I'm equipped to do fingerprinting and different stuff. I kind of just dabble here and there, different things. But I really like working for Notarize because I can do Notarize and online notary.us at the same time. I can be working Notarize, and online notary.us is appointment based, so I could just stop a little bit ahead of time on Notarize, switch over to online notary, and take my appointments, switch right back to Notarize, and that's my typical workday. And then I'll get occasional mobile notaries, or like the loan mods, or people coming in. I got a sign out front. People can come into my office and stuff like that. So I've just been juggling all that stuff, and that's mostly how I make my money. But without Notarize, the money slows down a little bit, and I'm even considering maybe going back to a W-2 job full time, and maybe just keeping this as a side hustle. I'm not really sure because I work for the state of Texas, where I got free medical. It paid okay, paid decently, and all that stuff. But so I kind of miss that stuff, the benefits, and of course I could pay for insurance and stuff. But anyway, I miss all that being free, and there's pros and cons to working a W-2 job and owning your own business. And in this business, to really make a lot of money, you have to be really self-driven. You can't be lazy. I'm a little lazy. I'll be the first to admit it. I want to enjoy life. I don't want a job that's going to make me miserable. Wake up dreading every day, stuff like that, which notary isn't. It's just, it's kind of a roller coaster ride sometimes. Sometimes you're doing good, sometimes you're not. And I realize, I could be making more money if I put more effort, more time, all of those things into it. But to me, that gets to be stressful, and it puts me in a place where I don't really want to be, to be honest. Everybody's different. It might not be stressful to others. It might be worth it to others. But to me, if I'm just, that makes me kind of stressed and miserable, and that's not what I want out of life. I like to have a good balance between money and stress. I could be taking a lot of stress and making more money, but I like to bring the stress down a little bit and make a little bit less money and be generally happy. And that's what I'm constantly trying to do is balancing my life here. Working a W-2 job, it can be stressful. You're not able to make your own hours for the most part, stuff like that, which I really love because I help take care of my mother, who is, old and ill, and she needs help a lot, and just everything else in life, you like to have time to do those things. So that's what being a notary has given to me, just a lot of freedom. But anyway, I'm rambling. So I just wanted to come on here. I haven't made a video in a long time, so I'm just kind of pouring my heart out, letting you guys know what's been going on with me. That's kind of how things are going. I'm doing good. I pay my bills, I have fun, all that good stuff. I wouldn't say I'm far from getting rich. I'm probably just under thriving. I don't know if I'm not like a sign and thrive 100K a year person or anything like that, but I do pretty good. But I'm considering going back to a W-2 job and then just doing this on the side, part time, and then I think I would have kind of I wouldn't have as much freedom, but I'd still kind of have the best of both worlds. I really like being a notary, but right now I don't know, kind of use a little bit more money, to be honest. But okay, well, that's enough of me rambling. Hey, drop me a message in the comments if you want me to, if you have any questions for me, or if you want me to make a video on a certain topic or something like that. I'm gonna try to crank out more of these videos because I really went too long cranking out a video this time. So, all right, I guess I'm gonna wrap it up for this video. Hope you guys are rocking your notary stuff out there. Yeah, hit me up anytime. Shoot me an email. Drop a comment in the video. I try to answer every single one of them. So, all right. Hope you guys are doing good. Have a good one. Peace out.